What's going on, guys? It's me, Shoo. We are back with another umamusume video. And in this video, we are going to be going over the Christmas banner that was released last night and go over the comments. And before that, also go over the event missions. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Just another banner event overview video, and then just going over the comments. So, with that being said, before we do jump in to the banner overview and the event overview, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There is a channel called Circle Request for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shoo. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Request channel in the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, the Christmas banners characters we'll be going over is Nakayama Vesta and Dream Journey. I don't know why it took me a bit to realize who it was. Well, Nakayama Vesta actually, it looks like her, but doesn't look like her at the same time. Dream Journey, I just kind of just. But the first one we'll be going over is Nakayama Festa. And at level 1 3-star, we have her at 99 speed, 78 stamina, 82 power, 92 guts, and 99 wise. At level 5 5-star, 121 speed, 95 stamina, 100 power, 113 guts, and 121 wise. For her aptitudes, we are looking at Aeon Turf, medium long distance, but can race in mile. And then for her position, I believe she's both, but I think if I were to guess, if I were to guess, that she's probably a betweener because she has a D in chaser, so she, you can use her as a chaser. I'm thinking she's a betweener, but you can use her as either a betweener or a leader. But we'll see from her skills. We'll see from her skills. Although one of them already I think one of them is a betweener skill. I think it's which one would it be? This one? No, that was this one. Yeah, right there. I think this was in like vodka. Christmas vodka? I think. Or both. I think. But going over now the skills. Sorry. Oh no, wait. Before that, the growth rate 10% on all speed, power, and guts. Just those three. Just pretty good, I would say. Especially I don't know, because for me, having that extra on power and guts would probably help me a little bit more. Probably. Just say it's kind of nice. But now we go over the unique skills, and the unique skill is betting on the stars of Christmas Eve. Slow down somewhere in the middle of the race, then increase your speed a little if you are in the middle of the pack as the race nears the end. Or increase your speed significantly if you are far from the front. For middle long distance. Wait. Slow down somewhere in the middle of the race, then increase your speed a little if you are in the middle of the pack as the race nears the end. So I would assume the slowdown is what. That's just weird. I feel like the slowdown is unnecessary if you're still gonna be in the middle of the pack, but this is more towards the end. I don't know, it's kind of weird to me. It's kind of weird to me. I do like how it's still able to go to both distances that she can do, but that's still a little weird to me. How the description is, at least, or don't know how I feel about that one. Innate skills, we have Razor Sharp Stride for betweeners on the final straight. If you're not in the lead but also more than 10 meters from it, your speed will increase. Then the second one is Switch Over Pro for medium distance. During the second half of the opening leg, your speed will slightly decrease. And then during the first half of the final leg, your speed will increase. And then the last one is Dynamic Motion for medium distance. Is it this one? No, it's this one, yeah. At a random point during the first half of the last spurt, your speed will slightly increase. Now her awakening skills, at level 2, we have Mold Breaker. For medium long distance, at a random point during the third corner, if you're the second half of the pack, you will get a slight speed boost. Level 3 is Top Gear for betweeners on the final straight if you're not in the lead but also not more than 10 meters from it. If your speed will increase significantly. Level 4, Surprise Attack. For medium long distance, at a random point during the first half of the final leg, if you're in the middle or the back of the pack, you will get a slight speed boost. And then level 5, Tension and Release. For medium distance, during the second half of the opening leg, your speed will slightly decrease. Then, during the first half of the final leg, your speed will greatly increase. Oh. I guess a slight decrease in the beginning to get the big increase towards the end, right? Right? That's what it seems like. And the evolve skills from Top Gear into... Let's stick to one thing. If you are in the lead or within 4 lengths of the lead in the final straight, your speed will increase dramatically. Furthermore, if you are overtaking in the final stages of a middle distance race, you will be able to pull ahead slightly. Oh. So this one seems like it's a little bit better for medium distance races, but it can still be usable. You just won't get the extra. Which is fine. Conditions: have at least 800 power or get at least 2 skills for betweener aptitude for the first one and have at least 600 guts for the second one. And then the last evolved skill from Nakayama Festa. Tension and Release turns into Gambler's Tact. Slow down slightly as the middle of the race approaches, then move significantly ahead towards the end of the race for middle or medium distance, long distance. Conditions: win any G1 race 3 times and then get at least 3 skills for medium or get at least 2 skills for long distance. And that is pretty much it for Nakayama Festa. The only thing that confuses me is they're unique, because you slow down in the middle of the race and then you increase your speed as you get towards the end, which I guess it's fine, especially if you have skills if you're in the middle of the pack. So I guess that would work. I guess it just depends on your setup, because it's just weird to slowing down and all that. But it does look like, what was that skill? Second half of the pack, third corner. On the final straight if you're not in the lead. First half of the final leg if you're in the middle of the pack. So I think it'll work out as long as you set up Nakayama Festa properly with her unique. Which I think will be fine as long as like a betweener, or I guess a betweener because it has to be in the middle of the pack. Other than that, I think she's, if you like her, pull her. Definitely. If you like her. But the next one, I should probably swap the screen on the tablet. For Dream Journey, I will say, hold on, before we, looking at both Nakayama Festa and Dream Journey's outfit, yeah, I don't see it either. I don't see it being Christmas themed. Just in case y'all were thinking that. That's why I said, yeah, I don't think so either. The white dress, could mean anything, really. A white dress, literally, if you were just to show someone this, they'd probably think this was the wedding dream journey, which we didn't get. So, yeah. Like to me, if I didn't know this was a Christmas banner, I would have thought she was from the wedding banner, to be quite honest. I feel like I'm not alone on that, but I could be. I could be. Anyways, let's go over her. So Dream Journey level 1, 3-star. I'm not hating on her. I'm just saying the outfit, you know. The outfit. Level 1, 3-star, 84 speed, 91 stamina, 92 power, 90 guts, and 93 wise. At level 5, 5-star, 103 speed, 111 stamina, 112 power, 110 guts, and 114 wise. For her aptitudes, turf. Same thing as Nakayama Festa, turf, medium, long distance, but you can use her as mild. Only difference is she is a chaser, but you can use her as a betweener as well. At least for the aptitudes, it's pretty much the same. Nearly the same, but yeah. And then for her growth rate, 20% on speed and 10% on stamina, which is also alright. This is just basically like the old Teo growth rate here. And then now going over the unique skills, or the skills in general, starting off with the unique skill. The first one is a snowy world seen in a dream. Should probably click it right there. If you are behind with 1,000 meters remaining, you will move ahead for a short time. If you are overtaking in the final corner of a long distance race, your speed will increase for a short time on the final straight. So obviously these two were released also because we do have the long distance CM next month. Even though this month is mild distance, I feel like this is their hint of like, hey, if you guys want some long distance characters or Umas, here we go. maybe. But that makes sense. 1,000 meters behind as a chaser, it'll work fine. But she is definitely just built for long distance. Just if you just want to just look at her unique skill, I mean also her evolve skills. For what I'm just like quickly looking over here, so not saying you can't use it for medium distance, but if you do want her full potential, and this goes for all Umas that has these uniques that are like for specific distances, unlike Nakayama Festa where you can use it for both her distances. Dream Journey, you don't. You can, but you wouldn't think about it, because if I see this long distance, that's how I think of it, at least, where I'll probably just use it for a long distance. That's just my take, at least, or my approach. Could be different for all of us. But now the innate skills, starting off with rapid overtakes for chaser long distance. If you have plenty of stamina left during the first half of the final leg, your speed will slightly increase. Shadow Stepper for chasers. If you try to overtake someone during the second half of the race, your speed will slightly increase. And Chaser Straights, slightly increased speed on straights for chasers. For awakening skills, we have Slipstream. If another girl has been right in front of you for at least 3 seconds, your speed will slightly increase. Level 3, Clean Sweep for chaser long distance. If you have plenty of stamina during the first half of the final leg, your speed will increase, or plenty of stamina left, I meant to say. Level 4, High Ambition. Nope. This one. High Ambitions, medium long distance. If you're not in the front at a random point during the first half of the middle leg, your speed will slightly increase and your stamina will marginally recover. And then lastly, Relentless Approach. If you try to overtake someone during the second half of the race, your speed will increase for chasers. And then going over the evolve skills, we have Clean Sweep, going into smiling in the snowy darkness. If there's still enough energy left in the early part of the race, it will be more effective if the horse has enough wisdom to move forward for a while. Enough wisdom? Wise? I just realized the sun is peeking through the blinds and is actually hitting the camera. Yep. I'm just gonna have to leave it there, guys. I'm sorry. The sun is moving. It'll eventually get out of there. Maybe through some point of the video. My apologies. That's the first time it's done that. And then lastly, relentless up. Wait, did I go over the other stuff? No, I didn't. If I have enough wisdom to move forward for a while. So I don't know how much wise we need. That's the first time I've seen that. For a speed skill, that's the first time I've seen that. So I don't know, but conditions win any G1 long race 2 times, or and get at least 2 skills for chaser aptitude or long distance. I'm pretty sure if you have at least like a good amount, like maybe it's like 600 or something. Maybe, I don't know. I could be wrong. Could be like 1,000. Will it tell me? I think 1,200 from what I see here. Yeah, I think we need 1,200. Based on me looking at the skill even more. Yeah, I think you need 1,200 to activate it. I think it makes sense, especially being a evolve skill, not like a condition where you need like 600-800. This is more it's more like a trigger effect basically for the skill. I would advise 1,200 if you're pulling for this dream journey. I could be wrong, so if I'm wrong, please do correct me. Please do correct me. If not, then I guess I'll assume I'm correct. I guess I will assume that I'm correct. We are in the last one, okay. And then now we have relentless approach to now. Let's get to it. If you try to overtake in the latter half of the race, your speed will increase and the speed of your teammates, including yourself, will also increase slightly. Oh, this is kind of like I don't think we've seen anything like that since the Agnes Tachyon ult. Because I think Agnes Tachyon had that same thing, except I don't think it said including yourself. And then obviously that was for medium distance, if I'm not mistaken. Huh. Interesting. Now this makes it even better for a long distance. She's kind of like a kind of a support. She is the slight support right here for the other Umas in your team. A little baby support here. Like here's a little boost of speed. Conditions, what's the name of this event? I guess trigger the effect called My Dear Recollection, or have at least 600 stamina. And have at least 800 speed. And that is pretty much it. For... Oh, I hope I didn't mess up the screen with that. I don't think so, but... now we can go take a quick peek. If I were going to pick one out of the two, it'd probably be Nakayama. I mean, not Nakayama, Dream Journey. I'm not going to lie. It'd probably be Dream Journey. But now, let's see at the card. So it's Gold Chip and Fenomeno. Okay. Let's take a quick peek at this. Well, obviously the Gold Chip one. Obviously the Gold Chip one is for Chaser long distance. If I'm gonna... For mainly Chasers, I'd say. If you do want some long distance for Chasers, this can also work, obviously. But for the most part, Chaser support card. I mean, why is it's a stamina card. Pretty much a Chaser stamina card. Since most of the skills does look like it seems to belong to Chasers. There are a few long distance skills. 2. Oh no, yeah, 2. No, 3. 3 and general a few. If you want to use this just for those skills, I guess. But for me, I see the gold skills and they're both for Chasers, so Chaser, stamina, support. I don't know about phenomena or phenomenal. I think she's a leader version of her leader stamina. Or you can use her as a long distance one, just for stamina long distance. If you go towards the gold long skill for phenomenal. I don't think it shows here, but there's a gold skill for long distance and a gold skill for leader long distance. So I guess this one can, in my opinion, can technically be generally used for long distance just because of that. Just because of that one gold long distance skill. But this card would probably be more beneficial towards leaders just because of all the other skills in it that are for leaders. But you can wiggle this into for just a general long distance in a way because of the thing. But for leader long distance, definitely. Unlike the gold ship one where both her gold skills are Chasers. Yeah, the phenomenal one's more of a primarily leader long distance. But if this is all you got, then you can use it for sure. Because it's at least still has that long distance skill. So you won't necessarily be not getting anything out of it besides stats and all that. And then lastly, there is one more, and I noticed this, and it was a triple stamina. Two limited ones, which is gold ship as a chaser one, and then phenomenal for the other one. Just kind of weird. I know it's been like, oh, that's weird. Wasn't Duramente also a long distance? Oh no, she was just a chaser one, right? Huh. Yeah, the Duramente one that was released over the summer was more of a chaser one, but now they gave us, I guess. That is weird. There's not as many chaser long skills. There's more chaser skills in this one in comparison to the Duramente one. But okay, I kind of find it weird that two chaser stamina cards was released within 4 or 5 months of each other. 4 months of each other. That's a little weird to me. 4 or 5 months, whatever it is. I guess it is what it is. If you have Duramentes, I don't think you'll necessarily need gold ships, if I'm gonna be honest. Or if you have Air Shakers, then I still don't think you need it unless you want more of the chaser skills. Then have at it, I guess. But is it just the Orfurv one? Yes, it is also a stamina one, like I said. It's just your stamina event card. Can't really say much about it. I honestly, let's see. Honestly, if you guys have blue tickets, If you guys have blue tickets, I mean, you're probably better off just getting Super Creek if you really don't have a stamina card than using that event card, in my personal opinion. I could be wrong. Someone could be totally against what I just said, but that's my personal opinion. This is coming from the guy who's still using Super Creek, by the way. So, and I've been playing since the beginning. And I'm still using Super Creek, which was released since the beginning, so. I guess now we can just go over the event missions and then go over the comments, because we are already about half an hour in. If I were to pull, like I said, Dream Journey, obviously we'll probably match that with the stamina card if you don't have the stamina card. Other than that, I mean, you could get the other one, the phenomenal one, if you want a leader long distance one. Or a long distance one. Leader long, it doesn't matter. It's one or the other. Or more towards leader long, I would say. But yeah, if you want to pair, if you pull for Dream Journey and you don't have a stamina card, they literally just set it up there. I'd probably wait till me personally, I'd most likely still target for general, but it is what it is. Going over the event missions, these are just the dailies. So log in, complete training once, train your horse, Uma, and win the race. Play Team Arena and complete all daily events. This one's complete all event limited missions. And then as always, for the limited missions, I'm just going to say the total. Just that way I just don't say the same thing like 6 times. Just a different number. So, complete training 12 times. Win 40 G1 races. Gain a total of 2 million fans through training. Play Team Arena 40 times. Get a cumulative score of 3 million or more in Team Arena. And then get top 3 in the Derby, Hopeful Stakes, Emperor's Cup, Arima Kinen, Takarazuka Kinen, Kikusho, and the Japan Cup. And that's pretty much it. And that is pretty much it. For everything. So, with that being said, let's start going over the comments. And then I can get this video edited, uploaded, because I do need to do something today. No, not Black Friday shopping. I don't need to do Black Friday shopping, if I'm being honest. Unless I do find something I do want. Then I don't see why not. I don't see why I shouldn't. So let me go get the comments. So let me see something real quick. Okay. So over here, rearrange to that, and we're all good. All right. So starting off with Nova's comments, woke up at 3 p.m. What a great Thanksgiving. It's funny, I woke up at close to 2 p.m. Made up a little bit of sleep. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving. I haven't really celebrated Thanksgiving, like a legitimate Thanksgiving celebration, from what I can remember. Usually just dinner. Not even like the not even like a fancy dinner or anything like that. It's just like just dinner. But it's whatever. It is whatever. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before. I don't necessarily celebrate holidays. Hasn't really been a thing. But it is what it is. New character drip for 3.0 in WoWa, and yep, the reduction of male characters is very welcome. I guess that just means the pull train doesn't stop until the dude. I believe, I don't know, there was 5, right? There was only 1 dude out of the 5. So yeah, that is true. There are some saying that 3.0 character designs are a downgrade. I'm not sure myself since I didn't know they were Wuwa designs right off the bat. To me, they belong in Star Rail or NT or something. Then again, this means that Kuro is daring enough to actually make each region very, very different. Actually, when I first saw it, I immediately knew it was Wuwa. I did not get no Star Rail vibes because I guess because it might be because I play Star Rail. I just didn't see I saw it as Wuwa straight up. it was still Wuwa to me regardless. So I think that could just be you or people who hasn't played the other games. Maybe. GFL 2 pulls were interesting. Leva came home in the first 10 and then her weapon in 60. Lena went to pity and I didn't pull for her weapon. The new dorm is legit and there are more things to do on there than I thought. Also, the event bar is insane. I thought I was scrolling forever, but at least Lena is home. All the skins are also fantastic. For me, it basically cost everything that I have saved. Leva went all the way to pity, lost it to who did I lose it to? Was it Pelicha? I think it was her. But lost it at pity. And then I think it took me a few more, around like 4 or so, to get Leva. Lena, I think took me like 50 pulls, 50 or 60, but won the 50-50 that time, and then both the guns, I won the 50-50 as well. I don't know how far it went, but it did cost everything, so I'm gonna assume most went to Lena or Leva, and then the rest went to the other 3. That's what I would assume. But it cost everything. But I'm just glad I got all of them. I don't know who the 3rd character is, because I remembered you mentioned a 3rd character, but never was mentioned. Or I didn't see anything about it also when I was looking around. At least I wasn't. I didn't. Yeah, saw the new Umas and cards. Triple stamina is actually wild. It kind of is, not gonna lie. I guess this is also Arimaki and CM prep for the Umas. I didn't even recognize Nakayama Festa. Journey looks okay, I guess. I'm gonna just skip without hesitation. Like I said, Journey just looks like a wedding banner, and Festa doesn't. I don't know what Festa's fit have to look like with Christmas. That's all I got. Tanoki says, banner is an easy skip. In a position to just borrow stamina Fenomeno. Arimakinen being after New Year banner makes it hard to anticipate for. And then Nova says, general cards are still the name of the game. I'm in a position where I do have all general cards unlocked to skip these as they come. I think that is what is nice about general cards, because once you have them, it's kind of like now you can pick and choose for like position cards or distance cards. At least if you're in a position to do so, but I mean, we already had this discussion. I'm pretty much on Nova's side where general cards. So yeah. Still in love for the CM looks to be most likely for me. I want to use her more often with Gentle Donna passing. I also want to use her. There are more choices for Mile than I thought. There is. Mile and medium distance are the 2 most races. Obviously, medium distance being the most. So that's why there are like... Oh, that's why there's a triple tiara. Mile and medium wouldn't be the popular distances if the triple tiara and triple crown wasn't mainly medium distance. Yeah, because only one of the races from the triple tiara were mile distance. So yeah, if it wasn't one mainly medium distance, And then the one difference race, and you know, one being a long distance and one being a mile distance. But yeah, there's a lot more options. I mean, there's way more options outside of like the umas you use. There's way more. There's just a lot of the umas that release didn't pull for or have no interest in. But it is what it is. No. Next comment says it did happen with Chisa, Chiwin, and Yidhari. The ones where I do one tap was Fufu and Phoebe. So the luck is a meh. Wait, are we talking about your pull? You're gonna say your luck is meh? You know how many people would kill to have that kind of pull where you lose the 50-50 in the beginning and then still get it within? How is that not luck? You still got it. You still got the character less than guaranteed. Less than the 80 or 90 guaranteed. So I don't get it. Sure, in comparison to the one taps, it doesn't hold up, but to say the luck is meh, if you lose your 50-50 on your first 10 pull, you initially still technically won the character within the same pull, the same guaranteed, in my opinion. That's still luckier than most people who I've seen it myself many times actually, where full guaranteed, full pity, 50-50 loss, and then full pity again for just the guaranteed character. So for you to say so the luck is meh is wild. I think you've just been spoiled with luck at this point. You are the lucky monster, so I guess luck is not as obvious to you when you see it, huh? Unless it's a one tap. Is it that bad? Is it that bad now that it's kind of seeping through other games? Is it that bad, Nova? Do we have to extend this outside of Uma because of how this sounds? So the luck is meh? Really? You know how many other players would love to have lost their 50-50 on their first 10 pull rather than on the guaranteed? You know how lucky that actually is in comparison? Because all they have to worry about is pulling for the character at the remaining pulls because it's guaranteed, which will equal to essentially just one guarantee rather than having to go through two guarantees. Yeah, I think that's still lucky regardless. Even if you had to go all the way to guarantee, that's still... You didn't have to go at least through two to get it. And for it to happen for 4 recent characters in 3 different games? Nope, 2 different games? I don't know. I just think you're making it sound like you're numb to seeing how good it is sometimes to lose the 50-50 early. If that's what luck is meant to you, then yeah, I think you're blinded by you being a lucky mustard. I think it might be seeping towards the other games if that's how you feel about about that. But anyways, Eugen is an envious man. I think it's a staple by now. He does say envy a lot, so maybe. And Tanoki says, is turbo not enough for him? That greedy man. Well, it wasn't about turbo when he commented it, so I don't know, Tanoki. I will just say no just because it wasn't about turbo. Nova says, this is why I'm saying that less gachas Eugen plays, the less jelly he is. Alright, he could just be saying jelly or envy. But regardless, envy is still not a good thing. Regardless. I mean, the W engine isn't a requirement to win in Zenless. I actually don't have all of them. Characters are still important at the end of the day. As for Wuwa, weapons are pretty good. I know 50-50 means it's chill. But all my DPSs in Zenless do have W engines though. So... I do agree. Having the W engines is not a requirement. Because it does... All it really does is just make the character better. Obviously. Because it's... their weapon. Or... their W engine, essentially. So obviously they would be better with it, but there are a lot of options. Obviously, if you're using the other options and your character is not obviously, unless you somehow do make up the other stuff through the drive disc and all that. If using all the other weapons, and especially on a DPS, I would say, and I would say it'd be a little bit more of a struggle to clear stuff just because of the difference for DPSs. There's a difference when feel when it comes to DPSs, but it's still doable. It just depends on how you approach the bosses, I guess. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's necessary. I mean, the only character that doesn't have one is Juyuin and Yuzuha, but I did use Juyuin and she's still fine. She was still fine, but would I pull for her W engine now? No. No. That's all I got. Eugen responded and just said, "Good for you." Good. That don't sound like the nice "good for you," based on how it sounds. You know how normally when people say "good for you" is kind of like, well, good for you. It's usually kind of just passive aggressive. And that's pretty much how that sounded like. And then League of Heroes with Dirt is kind of chill in my opinion. I guess next League of Heroes in Turf is gonna be harder. For me, if it's not Turf, then Dirt is just a little bit finicky. Also, there was a Sweetie appearance in the story, and I'm like, please release her. They won't let me have either Isolde or Sarah at this point. Sweetie did nothing wrong to be locked in NPC prison. Unless there's anything about her, I believe she's stuck in NPC prison. But yes, there was a Sweetie appearance. I actually would like a bit more lore for Dialin as to her past. If there is an agent story for her, then that would be a bonus. I still have a bit of misgivings towards Zhao since I can only think of her as a corporate. This says cooperate, but I'm assuming you meant corporate shill. Well, if she proves me wrong next patch, then that's fine, I guess. I don't know. She just seems like she's just all about the company. That's all it seems like. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't leave out Dialin's past because they did show glimpses of it. The problem is, if that's all we get, then that's probably all we get, because I don't know if you realize it, but I have definitely mentioned this a couple times. For the 2.x patches, the stories somehow they sometimes implement the agent story within the story, as in like the background and all that. So like in this case, Banyue, we had gotten pretty much his full backstory from what it seems like his history, what he used to be, what he became after, and all that, right? Same thing with Yidhari. Same thing with Yidhari in a way where the event kind of was just like the agent story because they got her backstory in a way. or Yuzuha with the main story of that patch. I guess both of them, Alice and Yuzuha, because you got to learn a little bit of both, or more on Yuzuha, but a little bit of both. So yeah, I feel like the 2-point patches have been kind of implementing some characters' agent story into the main story, because I feel like Yi Xuan's was also part of the main story in 2.0, because obviously we got to learn more about the Qingming sword, about who had it before, what happened to said Qingming sword user. I think also a little bit of her past, but not completely. And then there's Fufu. She obviously got her own agent story, but that was more like a side thing, which is why it was really separately. So with Dylan, unless that was all we get from her, there should be an agent story. Because like I said, agent stories are normally either backstory from a character's past, side things that happen in the middle of the story, like with Fufu's thing, and yeah, so. But the thing is, they normally is a keyword, normally release the agent story along with the chapter. If you think about Fufu's was released at the same time, and most of the others, because Ellen's was released way later, but yeah. Well, the similarities in all these gachas stem from PTSD and some world-ending events. CZN is probably a good fit since trauma is a feature of the game. We need more traumas as usual. Yeah. With Donna pass, I guess Goldship can enjoy his time in peace. No more Donna harassment. I think they've been chilling. I think they were. Or one of them were. Rest in peace. And then lastly, so it turns out that Star Savior I mentioned earlier, global release is around March of 2026. As of this news, I'm like, it's whatever. Being behind Enfield's possible release in January is probably a bad move in timing. I wasn't holding much excitement before, but now I'm even less motivated to even try it. Like I said, I don't know anything about it. Heck, I didn't even remember to even look it up. So I don't know if I'll even play it. So I don't know if I'll even play it because I don't know anything about it. Pretty much is what I'm saying. But other than that, thank you, Nova, for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. And Tanoki Yujin for replying. I think it was just Tanoki and Yujin. Next comments are from Yujin. First one says, like the usual, me having a hard time to bring the CM. So auto select for Twin Turbo, then may think of something that I have not used before Uma. So for now, I will be a dead brain auto. So in Zenless on the end game, when I look at the same as your location, it seems no icons there for me to look, unless I miss out something. But before the new patch or banner, I've already finished the main story up to the last minute, unless I need to finish the VR or something. Well, I didn't know it existed until, like, I don't know, it was in front of the temple where Yi Xuan and Miyabi was talking, and that's how it activated, or that's how it unlocked. And that's at least how I seen it. I guess if you find Yi Xuan in the front of your of the temple, you go talk to her. And that could be the reason why you don't see it. Other than that, I don't know what other things you need to do to unlock it, because I don't know what you have done and have not done. But I'd say look for Yishuin in front of the temple. And then, wow, you guys marathoned the Zenless and already finished it around 4 hours for the main story. I was planning to slowly move forwards on it, and got spoiled a bit with what happened to the end of the main story. Well, 4 hours looks tiring for me. Just 2 hours makes me want to relax more. Good for you guys have that kind of energy to go straight through the release. Maybe I'll plan it for the weekend, at least 1 hour per day or something, since it's already time to go back to work and the day is short for me. Focus to sleep. You do realize that I just try to get this out as soon as possible, so me getting it done in one sitting is pretty normal. I thought that was pretty obvious since I've been releasing the main stories for both Zenless and Wuwa this whole time and just releasing it as soon as possible. To me, when you said good for you guys, it just sounded sarcastic in a way. It processed in my head all sarcastically. So this is why I'm saying it this way. It's like, you do realize I am recording this to post in the video, right? Right, Eugen? I haven't even touched Star Real's story, and that was released like a month ago. So I don't know what you're talking about, Eugen. There's a difference between me wanting to post it for the channel than me doing it on my own time. Keep that in mind, Eugen. Nova, on the other hand, I'm just surprised he got it out. I got it out early because he usually saves it for the weekend. But I guess since it was Thanksgiving, or it was gonna be Thanksgiving, he just got it done. He did say he was gonna get it done, so, or do stuff. So, I guess so. But yeah, in my case, I obviously posted as soon as I can. So, is it really surprising that I did it all in one sitting? If it's surprising, then I would like to know down in the comments if it is surprising, Eugen, because you sound surprised that I did it in 4 hours. You do realize I have all other videos too that I've done about 3 hours stories, main stories. Wuwa and Zenless main stories around 3-4 hours as well. You didn't say anything about that before. Where was that before? Just saying, mentioning things now when it could have been mentioned before without much of a difference of a time. 3.5 to 4 hours. I don't know. Didn't know an extra 30 minutes would be the one to be like, oh hey, 4 hours. Damn, they did it. Good for you guys. Nova says, pro tip for you. If you enjoy something, you won't feel the need to count the hours it lasted. That is true. That is true. And Yun says, I know that point. That would be applicable to me before, but not at this current situation. Playing short time doesn't mean I don't enjoy the game. For you, it might be applicable, so good for you. I won't argue much on this because it would likely think I'm just whining. Nova says, my man, all you had to say was something along the lines of, I wish I had more time to enjoy the game for more than 2 hours more if it wasn't due to time constraint. That is true. I'm sorry, Eugen, but you saying that you saying that it would sound like you whining makes it sound like you're whining already before that. Makes it sound like what you were saying was already whining. Yeah, the thing is, okay, the thing, Eugen, with the things you say that could have been said better or said differently, there are other ways to say it. Exactly like what, especially if you don't want to meet it in a negative way or sound like you're whining or whatever. There's a different way to say it. And that's exactly how Nova said it. If you want to say you wish you had more time, say you wish you had more time. Not saying, oh, I have to plan it into this and that. Because then now it literally sounds like you're whining. If Nova's right. I'm just gonna keep it simple. Nova was right on that. If you don't want something to sound like something, don't mention it. plus all this, like, oh, compared to, if you, with all the things you say, like, compared to me when I can't do this and that and all that, or if you're trying to, when you're trying to compare us to us, in my opinion, also kind of sounds like whining, because it's like, oh, you guys can do this and that, but I can't, because I need to go back to sleep or something like that. Yeah. That's how it sounds right now, Eugen. If you had said it exactly how Nova said it, that's it. I wouldn't have said anything. This is why I said to you in many different situations to watch what you say, because sometimes you say things, it gives people the wrong feeling, even though you're trying not to sound that way or give that kind of intention. Depending on how you say it or type it, in this case, people will probably take it differently or have a different response. Like if you feel like you have to go this far to say good for you guys, have that kind of energy to go straight, and then compared to you, maybe I have to do this and that to go, you know, you're making it look like you're whining or along those terms without even needing to say it. You saying it or mentioning it or trying to avoid it by mentioning it, it kind of flipped the switch in my brain, like, huh, but wasn't he kind of already doing it right now? So yeah, if you're trying to say something, just say it. As in, if you want to say you wish you had more time, just say you wish you had more time, like what Nova said. No need for the rest. No need for the rest, because if I'm gonna be honest, you just give the same reason anyway. I mean, we already know it's because of work. It's because you're going back. Because you are tired, so you go to sleep. Nothing's really changed. Nothing's really changed since you started working at this spot, so we kind of know the reason why. We just never seen a change. So rather than just saying the same thing, like, oh, had to catch up and sleep, rather than playing the game every time, maybe it's best to tell us when you actually do touch the game, because the heck did this come from? Some plastic like pin or whatever. Yeah, just, if you don't want to sound like whining, just try not to make it sound like you're whining to begin with, because the way it kind of sounded like was, you know, it's like you guys were able to do this in one sitting, but I can't, because, you know. Moving on, I'm saying envy because just envy. That's it. Nothing deeper to it, like the impression of negativity. Well, as long as it's not actual jealousy, it's fine. But in general, envy not good. Envy not good. Especially if it happens many times. But thank you, Eugen, for the comments, and Nova for replying. Next comment is from Tanoki. Was confused if this was mild or medium because of the stamina card. Speaking of, though, I think I'm seeing test builds for medium long about UA5 to UA7. Well, I did say I wanted to try using the Highlander set, even though it was prep. So it was technically for mild, except I just kind of wanted to go with the Highlander set. So technically speaking, I should probably just go with 2 speed. Nova says, UA back is back, baby. I'll say UA back. UA is back, baby. I never reached it, so is it? And then lastly from Tanoki, finished up all of Master's Challenge with old Umas, more importantly up to 67 Rainbow Shards as well. I don't have any. I don't think. I have one. I have one? One or two? That's a lot. Compared to mine, at least. But thank you, Tanoki, for the comments. Appreciate it as always. And lastly, from Rick, the Umas don't feel like Christmas Umas. I think next banner will be after the one... Huh? I think next banner will be after the one that was announced. Maybe we get Reindeer Aguri and Santa Fenomeno. Huh? I'm only confused because we already got a Christmas Aguri, so I don't know where Reindeer Aguri is coming from. But the Umas are the Christmas banner. I was wrong. Reindeer Aguri is a card and Santa Fenomeno is also a card. Huh? Were you predicting or... No, you're not predicting because you said the Umas don't feel like Christmas Umas. I don't get this whole next banner will be after the one that was announced. Maybe we can... The Umas are the Christmas banner. I was wrong. Reindeer Aguri is a card. And Santa Fenomeno is also a card. Well, there is a Fenomeno card that just released. I don't know if those were predictions or not, but if it was, you got the Phenomenal right, but Aguri was wrong. The cap one was wrong. Slightly confusing comment. Sorry. I'm sorry if I didn't completely get it. All that clicked in my head in the first part of the comment was Cap already has a Christmas banner. But Noah responds saying they stopped feeling like Christmas since last year. I still don't know what NTR is supposed to be. The last real Christmas was a Measure of Palmer and Bright. Well, I went to pity for those two. Should we really be typing NTR's NTR? Because people who don't watch Uma, which I hope people who watch this actually do watch Uma, because if they see NTR, they're gonna have a whole different thing in their head. I just thought about that now. But the last comment from Rick says, what Umas to bring for Turf Mile? I'll think about it later. This time I'll do more than 4 runs. If you say 5, I'm not gonna count it. If you say 5 or I'm not gonna count it. If it's not more than at least half, I'm still not gonna count it. So 7 does not count to me. There ain't no way that you're still not gonna do it. Because there's no guide. If you still choose not to do it with no guide, Rick, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. All I can say is being heavily reliant on the guide is not good. That's all I can say. Nova says, waiting for Gametora for the guide is like waiting for a sloth to cross the road.
I never thought about a sloth crossing the road, but sure. And then Tanoki says, me using my 5-year-old level Japanese to read Japanese sources. Well, I think I would have, if I had 5-year-old level Japanese, I would probably do the same. But I don't. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to just try the scenario even without a guide and try to learn from that, or even get an idea from videos rather than just waiting just for something to read. Because you'll pretty much get the general idea just watching someone else do it. Well, not me. Because I only say not me is because most of the time I'm just going with the flow. For the most part, I'll get the basics, but like the nitty-gritty detail things, probably not. Unless someone mentions it. Unless I figure it out somehow, some way, but yeah. I hope you do more than double the runs that you did last time. But other than that, thank you Tanoki, Rick, Eugen, and Nova for the comments. Appreciate it as always. Apparently I didn't respond to these, did I? Appreciate it as always. And with that being said, that is going to be the end of this video. I didn't think it'd go this far, but we did take a bit long in the overviews, but it's fine. It's fine. But with that being said, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. If you guys did make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys are up to for the weekend. I guess if you guys made any Black Friday purchases, if that matters to you, I guess. And I guess, yeah, if you were to buy something on Black Friday, or if you did, let me know if you guys did. Myself, I mean, the closest thing I did was, well, I did buy something, but it wasn't on Black Friday. It was already on sale and all that. And I did check out on Amazon again today. It was the same price. So, because Black Friday deals a lot everywhere normally just start early. So I did get a monitor mount for my other monitor, one of my older monitors. So I can have a second monitor. I didn't set it up only because I didn't have the right mount or stand. Now I do. That will go with the setup that I'm going. So basically going for a stack setup instead of a side-by-side setup. And then what else did I get from Amazon with that same order? I got something else, but that's pretty much the main one. Oh, a new mouse. I thought it would probably be time to get a new mouse. Is that all? I don't know, but that's pretty much it. So, if there's anything else you guys do want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comment section down below. As long as it's appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description as well. There's a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shoo. Once you give that a search, hit request to join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or the circle request channel in the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you once again. Have a good weekend. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.